Hey everyone, Presale here, your second favorite Uniswap ape. So in today's video, we're going to be covering Virtue Poker, which is a super interesting upcoming project that's going to be launching on Superfarm's IDO launchpad, of course called Superstarter. And before we get to anything, just to mention the last two IDOs on Superstarter have been very pro. Donkey was one of them that released, and that did above 30x. And the other one was Cold Stack, which I believe hasn't launched yet, but I'm sure that's going to do super pro. And the next one coming up, of course, is Virtue Poker. And this project has been around for a very, very long time, since early 2018, which is when they did their first sale. If we have a look at some tweets with some more information. Firstly, they had their seed round, winter 2021 batch, on Coinlist, and I'm sure many of you know Coinlist. Of course, it's super hyped, and all the public sales, and they do insanely well, like Casper and Mina that's coming up. But if you didn't know, they also have seed rounds, which obviously isn't open to the public, but you can apply for them, and Virtue Poker was one of them, along with Boson, Clover Finance, so quite big projects as well in that winter batch. Then next up, they completed $5 million funding, and they have received their gaming license from Malta Gaming Authority. So what's really important to note is they're actually the first basically fully registered and authorized gambling website in crypto, blockchain obviously, project in Malta. So that is obviously big. There's a lot of crypto gambling projects, but they're the first one to be fully authorized and registered. Then next up, this is the announcement of the idea on Superfarm. We'll go more into detail on their tokenomics and how much they're selling, everything like that a bit later in the video. But for now, we know it's going to be around the end of May. So it's still going to be this month. Then now let's have a look at their website, what they're about. So Virtue Poker, as the name suggests, is a decentralized poker platform that uses Ethereum blockchain and peer-to-peer networking to provide an online poker site that's safe, honest, and fun. And as you know, if it's built on the blockchain, it's trustless. So that's obviously very pro. So now if we have a look at their team, super experienced team. I mean, the team includes a former NASA engineer and CMO of PokerStars, which, as you know, is one of the biggest poker websites. And they've got Virtue Poker Team pros on board, as the names here suggest. Personally, I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're very big poker players. If you have a look at the team, LinkedIn's all there. I mean, it's a really, really big team, very impressive. Then next up, there's more information on those mentioned poker players who are very popular. Like I said, I'm not sure who they are, but I trust them that they're pros. Then next up, prominent VPP token holders and names that back them and investors. Pantera is here, which is really a huge investment company. Funfair, Consensus, Yobi Capital. I mean, it's really big names, and that's also super, super bullish for Virtue Poker. So now let's go into more info about what exactly Virtue Poker is, and more info on the tokenomics, which obviously is super important. So first thing to note, the whitelist for Virtue Poker will open on the 21st of May. So I will post that in my announcements channel. Make sure to join that so you can take part. So we already went into detail about what Virtue Poker is, but let's have a look at what sets them apart from other competition. So firstly, obviously the main selling point is they leverage blockchain, which is obviously bullish. I think that gives them really an upper hand. Another significant advantage is their GLI certified peer-to-peer shuffling protocol to allow for more transparency and game security, and that it's the only blockchain-based poker platform licensed by the Malta Gaming Authority, which results in bigger regulatory clarity and safety for investors. And they've already got a growing player base with over 10,000 downloads, 5,000 registered users, and over 5 million hands played on their open beta. So, as we said, they have big backers. And now let's have a look at their token and the utility. So their token is going to be called VPP, launching on Superfarm, Superstarter, as we said. Staking to run justice nodes and earn 50% of the platform fees, that's one of the token utilities, accessing market initiatives, saving on fees on the platform, and then governance, which most projects have these days. So now let's have a look at their tokenomics. Total 500 million tokens. Price of the last round was 12.5 cents. Initial market cap 1.5 million, which is average, I would say. It's not one of the lower market caps, but for such a big project, I think it's reasonable. In terms of the lockups, private 1, no tokens at all, and a daily vesting after 6-month cliff, which is really a huge lock. Same for private 2. And private 3 has a 1-month cliff. Well, strategic, not private 3. Partner round, 20% on TGE, then daily vesting over 3 months. Community round, 2018, no lockup. Public, no lockup. And then obviously the usual liquidity, team is locked. So these locks on private 1, 2, and strategic are obviously quite hefty, so no worries about dumps from them. Partner round looks quite pro. Obviously, I'm curious to see what prices these all are. But considering the initial market cap, I presume they're quite fair. So overall, Virtue Poker, I must give it a backup. I mean, Coinlist seed sale, Superstarter Ido, which is at the moment quite bullish. I do rate Superstarter S-tier launchpad, as I covered in my video. So now let's see on Tinder what they think about Virtue Poker. So for this video, I'm still in Poland. I actually don't even know where in Poland anymore. I'm just in Poland. So let's see what they have to say about Virtue Poker. I said to Whitley, I challenge you to a game of poker. She said, I've never played poker though. I said, then I'll wreck you. We play on Virtue Poker site, bro. She said she'll pass. So bearish start. S, I said, should I invest in a crypto project called Virtue Poker? She said, do whatever you want. I said, okay, geez, then I will. Then Monica, choose a number between 0 and 100. This will be how much Virtue Poker goes up in value. 69x plays it. How pro is that? Magdalena, what sounds better, Polka Starter or Superstarter? She said Polka Starter, so a bit bearish for Virtue Poker, obviously launching on Superstarter. Alexandra, I challenged you to a game of poker. She said, I have no idea how to play it, so you won. I said, thanks, my winning will be in crypto via Virtue Poker site. So pro, she said, good for you. Agatha, should I invest in a crypto project called Virtue Poker? She said, if you're asking a stranger, that means no. So that's quite bearish. Cassia, I challenged you to a game of poker. She said, me, why? I said, because I want to test out Virtue Poker platform. She said, but I didn't play poker for years, so no. Too bad, so sad. Julia, what sounds better, Polka Starter or Superstarter? She said, Italian starter. I said, that's not an option. Superstarter bullish because of Virtue Poker? She said, yes, so that's pro. Carolina, I challenged you to a game of poker. She said, I guess you haven't lost a lot of money for a while now. I said, no, Virtue Poker will only bring gains, of course, if you invest in it. And that wraps up my video on Virtue Poker. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As usual, leave a like and comment. That always really helps. Definitely bullish on this if you're holding Superfarm tokens. I would definitely recommend to participate in the IDO. I think it'll perform really well, especially all the tokens are unlocked. No reason not to. So join their Telegram. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.